Hello, and welcome to another edition of Divine Love Talk. Today is Friday, Venus's Day. March 15th is a 6th day. Look at that. It is the day of balance. Because 6 is the number of balance. 6 in traditional tarot is also the number of it's 11. That's right. Some folks are stepping into, oh, look at this. Hold on. Speaking about balance, right? Just picked up on the energy of someone making a move. We got the energy before, right? Recording some of the daily messages for TikTok and my other platforms. But someone, they could be an earth sign, a Sagittarius or a Pisces. It's really coming out of their playboy phase and coming into their emperor phase. Now, to get to this, from this to this, it takes a whole lot, right? Playing small to playing it big. You see, he's holding this one pentacle in his hand, but in the emperor, we see kind of like fields, like wheat fields, and the mountains behind him, essentially saying that he has it all. Big Capricorn energy, right? He has it all, not because it was given to him, but because he worked hard for it. There's a message coming out about someone's divine masculine doing the hard work to become this emperor, to really sit in his emperor energy, to do what needs to be done to take this relationship to the next level. I don't know who that is for. I was just getting the cards warmed up because we won't pull the general reading for the collective until we hit the 2,000 likes. If this is your first time here, hello. My name is Etta, Mystic Healer, Intuitive, and Spiritual Life Coach. If you are watching this on the YouTube replay and want to skip around, the timestamps are in the description box below. Feel free to, type in any questions in your comments, or if you're here live, feel free to, speak your mind, speak your truth, talk about any feelings, reactions, and thoughts that you're having. And I have to say, because we've been all called to really make sure we're paying attention, right? We've been getting the message of that whole is darkest before dawn. And as we are transitioning through the month of March, where we have the spring equinox, then we have the lunar eclipse, and then we start April with Mercury's retrograde. There's a lot of energy of change. But this is the change that we've been waiting for. This is the changes that we have been praying for. This is the breakthrough that we have been wishing for and praying for. And you guys always knows what happens before your greatest breakthrough. That's when you will experience your greatest moment of fears, of doubt, of things just falling apart, left, right, front, and center, like you just can't catch a break. That's when you know things are going to get really, really good for you. A couple of days ago, we talked about the concept of build and destroy and how things need to be torn down in order to be rebuilt the right way. And a lot of us are going through those energies. But for you folks who are spiritually gifted, who are higher echelon spiritual beings, is being taken a step further with you guys, because nobody wants you really stepping into your light, the dark side, that is. I want that all day for you. I want you to find your happiness, your peace, whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest. But the other side doesn't want to see you win, doesn't want to see you succeed. So they're doing everything in their power to make sure you don't make it through this quantum leap, you don't make it through this quantum jump into your higher timeline. If you see what? Your life is not eligible for recommendation and restricted in search results for the next 10 minutes because you may be promoting a band or a service. Well, that's a first TikTok. Not now. Did I? I don't know. The flashing of the screen took me out of the channel. But if I did, let me know, because I don't think I promoted a band. Anywho, if you see a fellow, you know what, TikTok, you're on one. Because what Spirit was just about to share with the collective, if you see anybody being unfairly attacked or going through what may seem like a mental health crisis, be gentle with them because all is not what it seems. Higher echelon I can't even make this stuff up. Higher echelon spiritual folks are being attacked most at this time, right? The goal is to knock us off our square before the lunar eclipse happens. Because once we get into the eclipse season, that's it. That's like you're doing that race, right? And you can see the finish line. Like you're almost there and you have a clear lead. Like once we make it to that threshold, it's not going to be smooth sailing, right? You're going to have people trying to knock you off that number one spot, but you can do it if you persevere, right? If you keep doing it. We've gotten this message repeatedly over and over and over again. I've been doing this for like 2 years plus now. Never gotten a restriction, never gotten a strike or anything. I guess it's the first time for everything. Okay, TikTok, I'll take it. Whatever. Hi, John. How are you? Vero. I like the name. How are you? Oh, they're trying to knock you off your square but we square back. Knock to you back. That's the song that came to mind. When is eclipse season? Eclipse season, Eve's Apothecary, starts on the 25th with the lunar eclipse. Dr. Sheba, how are you? Oh, well, I'm glad you could find me, especially with this mess on TikTok going on, talking about your live is not visible, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Momo, thank you for keeping me in line. What would I do without my high priestesses to surround me, right? What would I do without the soul tribe? Probably lose my mind. Because the screen, and it's never done it before, started to flicker. And you know how you can see your lights flicker even though your eyes are closed? Fun stuff to start a Friday. Your girl is making it through the quantum leap one way or another, because even if I got to snatch you up by the collar of your shirt, we going through. Oh, Dr. Sheba, you are so sweet. I have been posted, waiting for you to go live. Let's sigh. Same, Momo, same. I had another crazy dream that pulled on my energy like crazy. If you want to share with the collective, let us know. I got a pocket full of sunshine and something else. Pleasurable perfections. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whose hair you got on today? Same hair I wear every day, France. Figure it fits, slept through the night. I only wear one brand, you know. I can see today is not going to be a typical live. I'm game. Hi, Tima. How's the weather by you? Hi, Grofito. The whole crew is here. Hello, hello, hello. One way or another. That's actually one of my favorite songs, like of all times. Blondie. I had a dream again in that house. It's a lot of crazy. Hi, Morty. Wow. Tuning into the energy didn't feel that crazy, but now sitting with you guys, it really is that. Thankfully, I have my tea on deck, my dandelion root. Let's take a peek at Dr. Sheba's dream, and then we'll get into the general message for the collective. I absolutely love your willingness to just rock with it. Get it, girl. Get it. Yes, I'm a big Luke Skywalker fan. If you know, you know. Right? Two Life Crew and that down South Florida type music all day, every day. And rolling with it, especially as a spiritual person or anybody on a journey, is the best way to get to where you want to be, wherever you have destined in your mind. Because there's always going to be some type of distraction, some type of deterrent, some type of something to get into your path, block your way, something. It's never smooth sailing, ever. Name me a sailor. If you know anybody who sails or is in the Navy or is a fisherman, let me know if they've ever had a day where it was calm on the seas. It may have been calm enough to accomplish the job, but them seas are never calm. And A is a new member. Hello, hello, hello. We love new members. Thank you for the follows. All right. Now to Dr. Shiva. I gotta, hey, Auntie. Just keep swimming. Hi, Norma. All right, Dr. Shiva. Ooh, 11:15. We'll keep that in mind, Auntie. All right, I saw my ex. He was crying. His child's mother came in with family. I asked her if she had been. Oh. Now, Dr. Shiva, we will have to get into that off of the live, because those two sentences, I'm not sure if you are aware, but those two sentences clearly show what she's been up to. My hubby was a longline fisherman for 15 years. And out of those 15 years, when was it ever truly smooth sailing? I began to leave. He cried and called my name and said, stay. I told him he needed to clean this. We're going to get into that when we chit chat right after the live. For the rest of us, Holy Spirit, on this Friday, on this energetically charged Friday, what message do you have for the collective? I want to thank everybody for spending this part of your day with the Soul Tribe, Spirit, and myself. We truly appreciate it. What other message do you have for... All right, that fell in my lap. Ooh. All right, let's get one more from this deck, because we like balance. And then we'll get one from here. Anything else? Oop, damn it. Bent the card. And one more from here. Well, alrighty then. Let's see here. This is the busy corner. Okay. Feel free to comment your thoughts, feelings, reactions, and I'll get to them as I'm done pulling the reading. We have flexible, a change in the wind, and they kind of came out on their side over why. When we see the Y card, which is a 4, 31 is 4, right? Stability, law, completion, crossroads, right? As we are on our individual journeys and we're questioning things, as you should, right? Never take things at face value. Make sure you're seeing them for what they are, not what we think they are or hope them to be. Understand with flexible and changing the wind coming out, crossing it, it's suggesting that you stay open to the possibilities. You stay open to how you get to your destination, right? You could take a plane, you could take a train, you can walk, you can run, you can drive, you can Uber, right? There's many ways to get to a destination, to get to an outcome, to get into a manifestation. Be open over the next few weeks, especially because I know you've seen it. The different things that's coming out about eclipse season and what to expect, and the 3 days of darkness that's going on in Egypt, and all of this supernatural cosmic phenomena. Pay attention, yes. Be careful what you consume, always, but always, 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 in addition to paying attention to what you actually consume, make sure you're seeing things clearly and being open to the possibilities. And then we had the 4 of these come out, and these are not read in the reverse. We have, excuse me, to avoid reality only makes you face the same issues again and again and again. For some of us, right, we've had difficulty releasing the people, places, and things that, for whatever reason, and they're valid reasons, I assure you they are, right? But these are things that have been holding us back, whether it is a frame of mind or just people that we associate ourselves with because, they've been with us since, I don't know, high school, since the sandbox. We went to grad school. That's my line brother. You got your reasons. But when you're on this journey, a spiritual journey, you most especially need to be careful of the people that you keep around you because, as your vibe affects your tribe, it works in the other direction as well. Their vibe affects you too. Trying to avoid letting somebody go, trying to avoid past behaviors, because I've always been this way, right? Why should I change for you? Okay, you'll find yourself in the same position even if it's not with the same person until you get out of that behavior, until you get out of that circumstance. And the next card says the future will never come while you're attached to the past. This is definitely a season. 2024 has definitely been a year so far that's really calling us to leave the past in the past. I get it. We form friendships and unions and relationships and attachments to people, places, and things that fulfill us on some level and have a purpose on some level, but those contracts are up. The need to have that person, the need to have that behavior, aka survival instinct, is over. You can't take that into this new life that is being curated for you. This new life that you have been manifesting for some of you over the past 2-3 years. You can't say you want one thing and then move like you don't. Your actions, your behaviors, the way you speak needs to align with that outcome, or else you won't have that outcome. We are always being told to make sure we see things clearly and move accordingly. Those who deny reality will always live a distressful life. The messages are now starting to repeat itself, and I think you get it. For those of us who have to release something or someone, when you always say yes to others, you always say no to you're saying no to yourself. And that's one of those behaviors, a lot of us, right? Those people who are naturally, as I was told yesterday, the day before yesterday, altruistic, right? My empathic individuals, my folks that have those huge, loving, kind hearts that give just to give, right? Givers have to be conscientious, most conscientious of who they keep around them, because givers are always going to give. We can't help ourselves. Even when we try not to give, we give. And takers are always going to take. And givers will always attract takers. But now that you have come to this part in your journey, this part of the road, you can discern between who you should be giving your time, your energy, your love to, and who deserves to have your time, energy, and love as a memory. Ew. Some people in your life right now only deserve to have you as a memory, period. Not comma, not ellipses, not hyphen, period. Like chapters really need to come to an end. Treasure Island in the reverse, being blocked off or cut off, delayed from our blessing, delayed from our treasure. Queen of Earth, Taurus energy, Virgo, Capricorn, my Capri Suns energy, right? Make time for those around you. Take a sensible, as all Taurus folks do, right, approach. Deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. But when we look at this card, she's manifesting, right? She's on her bippity boppity boo action, creating this type of whatever it is that she wants for herself. And we're saying it's a she, but it could be a he as well. This individual is focused on releasing so that they can manifest. And you notice how the Queen of Earth came out with the Eight of Water. It is a necessity. It is a requirement for you. If you want to get to your happily ever after, that is. If you want to get to that peace that you've been seeking, if you want to get to that wish fulfillment and actually have your dreams come true, it is a requirement that you get into that Eight of Cups energy, that Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. Eight of Cups is walking away from something or someone we've had or have a deep emotional attachment to, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. You, regardless of your sign, a lot of you are on a journey of manifesting different things for your life, right? You're on your bippity boppity boo, creating things, but and understand they've said it like a dozen times so far. In order to create that life, that peace, that joy, that whatever it is that you've been hoping for, praying for, desiring, you have to walk away from everything and everyone that has been serving as a block to your happily ever after. And as a giver, having takers around you is the block to your happily ever after. It's good to be altruistic and charitable and, help your fellow brother in, whatever it is that they need that you can reasonably accommodate, but not to make a habit of it, not to get stuck in that one cycle with that one group of people. Your love is meant to be shared with many, whether it's platonically, romantically, or just, the other way, right? Not trying to get another strike, ticky-tock. Next, we have a leg up, and a leg up always reminds us to not hesitate to reach out to the other side, right? Our spirit guides, our guardian angels, right? Our ancestors to assist us in this journey. And now we have the Knight of Water, more Pisces, Cancer, I almost said Capricorn energy. We're going to see what Capricorn got to do with this. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy. Falling in love or wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. Capricorns, my Capri Suns, seem to be highlighted during this reading for whatever reason. So I think that message, it feels like that message of walking away, especially from thought patterns, behaviors that you used to do that served a purpose in your former life, to get rid of those because you can't take them into that new life that is dawning for you. Whenever we see the Knight of Water or the Knight of Cups, it talks about someone either going into battle or out of battle, right? And speaking about choppy seas earlier, right? It looks like he's on a very choppy ocean riding this dolphin, right? Riding into victory, I'm hearing for, I don't know, like Capricorns, they seem to be the faves. Like they're just like highlighted, underscored. And check your chart, like where Capricorn falls, right? Sun, moon, and or rising or more. You guys really seem to be on the front line of that change, that battlefield, and really, really, really being pushed almost. Some of y'all dragged to release the people, places, and things that do not serve your highest good and to march fearlessly. See that sword in their hand into your manifestations, into the life that you've been creating for yourself. While the Knight of Water, Knight of Cups can talk about commitment and relationships ascending to a new level, wedding proposals and such, we know that some of us have that coming down the pike after eclipse season. But it also speaks about being at peace, being whole. And then we had this action here, and this card actually bent. The High Priestess. Now, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. And there's that Five of Water. Things not turning out the way you hoped, not seeing the positive in a situation, crying over spilled milk. But when you notice, and you could kind of see with the card, when it flipped out, it bent, and I bent it back, and that's literally a very, it's not somebody's ancestors, it's more like somebody's angel coming in and saying enough. Enough with the worrying, enough with the fronting, enough with the trying to cut cords that are not designed to be cut, right? If it was made out of nylon, sewing string, leaves, even a tree trunk, yeah, have at it. But the cord that some of you are trying to cut is a spiritually based cord. It's not made out of steel. It's not made out of any earthbound material that you can do earthbound things with. Even some of us who have access to other interplanetary energies, that won't cut the cord between you and the person that you're thinking of, the person that you've been trying to run away from because things are not working out the way you thought that they should, right? And it goes back to here, making sure you're seeing things clearly. Because things are not working out the way that they should doesn't mean that things aren't working out the way that they are supposed to, right? There's many ways to bake a cake. There's many ways to pluck a chicken. There's many ways to do anything that you want to do across the planet, right? Just because it doesn't look like the way you thought it should doesn't mean you it's not working out. And some of you got your guys, some of the angels, not even your guys, are super frustrated because they're like, stop, you're causing unnecessary energetic shifts that they have to now mitigate. They now have to dissolve because you're having an emotional, spiritual temper tantrum over things that are outside of your control. Pause. We do know that, right? During eclipse season, we're talking about fated events, karmic events, higher echelon, higher spiritually echeloned spiritual events that are outside of our control. Yes, we manifest our destiny. Yes, we are able to do this and able to do that, but there are still things that exist in the heavenly realm that are untouchable to us because, I mean, we mess up everything as human beings anyway, right? So there has to be that line of divide. During this time, those fated events, those things that are outside of our control. I got the warning again that are out that are outside of our control. Are going to be happening now. I have to laugh because TikTok flagging me for promoting something. What am I promoting? Right? We're gonna have to have a conversation with Shu because what? I'll wrap it up and say that everything over the next few days, especially as we go through this eclipse season. So we got from like today through, let's call it April 15th, right? where we're going to see some profound changes. You know how we got the message, last week, Friday? Or at some point a few days ago, to master our calm, master our peace, and not be shaken or stirred by anything that presents itself to us. Just keep moving forward. Don't look left, don't look right, and don't be like Lot's wife and look behind you, right? You do know Lot's wife fell into her, now I gotta be super duper cautious, right? Outcome, right? Because that wasn't her destiny. She fell into that outcome because she refused to let go of the people, places, and things of her past, the behaviors of her past. She refused to leave that behind her and go into where she was being guided to. Take that, ticky tock. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Capricorn is in my second house, the house of wealth, finances, personal property, stability. That's a good, you're very focused when it comes to the many ways you can make money. And do not subscribe to that work harder to make more. It feels like you've gotten to that place, Sonny, where you're able to work smarter and not harder to achieve financial outcomes. So Miss Moneypenny, be neither shaken nor stirred. I'm funny. I think TikTok is funny. TikTok is hilarious today. Never have I ever, and I got 2 warnings or whatever. So, and this is why Lux always is like on my mind and on my soul, because I don't know what they pumped into the air in the subway system here in New York City, but it is wild. Despite them saying that the National Guard and, all of our forces will be down there protecting the people, I heard that I'm trying to make it TikTok safe. He did it to himself. I was like, I don't have the bandwidth to really look into this story after I saw that part. Hi, Keep It Classy. How are you? Oh, Momo. I'm not crying. You're crying. That just made me teary-eyed though. You're promoting healing. They don't want that. But it's time for the healing, right? It's time to heal the world. Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. A little Michael Jackson to start our day, right? The only person I need to cut off was John, and I still see his initials. And every time you see it, reaffirm that cutoff. It's looking real toxic and dysfunctional to me, but I guess Spirit is, as you can see, very hilarious, right? They got jokes. User 95770346738823. Hello. Hello. These are soul cords made beyond time, weaved from love. It feels like it, John. I don't want them talking to me anymore because they won't send me an under. I feel you. I want a person I can trust. And that you shall have. Hello, Witch Deb. How are you? Etta, you come from my edges on my first day back, and it's not me, right? It's spirit and evidently TikTok, right? Evidently. Hi, Roy boy. TikTok has been weird for me. First, I started getting that little slider thing because it wanted me to confirm that I was still on because it detected inactivity. I got that for like 3 days in a row. And it's usually once we hit the hour mark. And now today I got 2 warnings for promoting something. TikTok, what did I promote besides healing and love and surrender? Sweet surrender. Manifesting a short, natural labor, healthy baby and healthy mama. Amen. And so it is. And so it is. Shazam. John, you're so funny. I just had this exact conversation with the mister. We are ascending and have to let some people go. I love that for you guys. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Classy, because those pictures you posted a few weeks ago said everything. Everything, confirmed everything that I had been seeing. And it's just like, I love a beautiful story. I love a beautiful love story. So thank you for allowing me to witness that. I like that. They do only deserve to have me as a memory. I think Spirit was really that goes on a t-shirt. Spirit was really, they really hit the nail with that one. Hello, Scarface Beauty. Speaking about Scarface Beauty, funny you should pop up, right? Because one of the other readings I recorded for today, which I'm probably going to post after the live, if TikTok allows, right? Mentioned Scarface. So that's that confirmation. They can get happy in the same pants they got mad in. Ew. I like that too. Keep it classy. See, now I've done enough crying for today. Right? No more tears on the live. It's the chorus. They seem to flag people when they talk about that. Ah. Huh. Now that's interesting to know. I can see why, right? Especially when it's usually said in a certain way and with other words, and how that may, to a muggle, seem like something that shouldn't be promoted. I get it. I get it. Thank you, Vero. As telling the truth is a revolutionary act, George Orwell. Hi, J Max. Rewrite at dawn for Etta's TikTok. I don't know. When I end this thing, I don't know what's going to be in my inbox, but I am going to fight it tooth and nail because they record these things, right? And sometimes AI does get it wrong. As sophisticated as AI systems are, especially when you're doing strings of words together that get flagged, right? It's easy to see how that can happen when it's AI detecting unsafe language versus a person, right? Because AI doesn't get if it's anything other than straightforward, AI doesn't understand it, right? Like like figurative language and euphemisms and things of that nature, AI does not comprehend, especially on platforms. That being said, the time now is 2:16. We have time for 2 mini readings. As always, Soul Tribe members and subscribers, and you can subscribe to the live or my Patreon. Can I say that still? To become a Soul Tribe member and get your complimentary readings on the live. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about me, all of my information and services are in my bio. I have to keep being me. I was thinking about this while making my cup of tea, that if I had folded, let's just say 10 years ago or 5 years ago, right? Or maybe 3 years ago, I would not have gotten to meet so many wonderful people through social media, right? It's one thing to do, the work and people are coming in through referrals. That's great and all, but having this worldwide reach and meeting people from all different areas and all different walks of life and everybody being on a journey, like this is actually one of the best things to ever happen to me, honestly. So I'm going to keep doing this regardless of what the other side wants, because I've got a mission to accomplish. And as long as I keep waking up on the right side of the grass, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it big. Ew. I'm going to get my bippity boppity boo on every single day. I mean, this is fun. This is good. Oh my goodness, you guys are hilarious. Hello for I'm gonna butcher your name. I'm sorry in advance. Nalana from South Africa. Hello. Hello. So we're gonna do a reading for Boogie. Hi, Gina. I think you missed all the shenanigans. This guy has on shorts. Wow. Okay, cool. It's that warm outside, I see. um, how are you, Gina? It's okay. Eventually, I'll get to posting the replays. I think we're up to replay number 4, so I'll post that. You missed the TikTok shenanigans. Your girl got flagged not once, but twice. Boogie to the front of the line. Now, Boogie, did you have a specific question? Or did you need a message? It's officially spring break for me. Congratulations. Enjoy your time off. What you got planned? What are you going to get into? You coming to New York? Don't come to New York. We'll save that for another time. Lovely Jazz. Laughter is a powerful medicine, and I can't help myself. Even when I'm being attacked, I laugh. Or can you talk about the eclipse and how to find it in our chart to see what we need to prepare for? I absolutely can. We can actually do this. That's a conversation. And if you guys want, tomorrow we can go in depth into it. I could give you a short primer. Right? Matter of fact, let me get up and go get my notes. Hold on. Before we do Boogie's reading. I got distracted on my way to my notes because I saw something about breaking news about one of those subway pew-pews. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get into Boogie's reading, and then we're going to get into these eclipse energies. Sounds good? I'm going to set it up to see if I can get my first photos through my computer and telescope. I tried to explain to my mister that I laugh at awkward moments. It's just a reaction. It's at 2 a.m. See what you can capture and let us know. You're going to go get your brother and rescue. I'm pretty sure he will thoroughly enjoy that. Hi, Sandra. How are you? I think Capricorns have just really been Spirit's favorite today. That's all that is. Like, you guys are just in the front of the class today. That's all. Did I miss it? A message. Okay, cool. We're going to get a message for the lovely Boogie, a.k.a. What message does she need to know at this time? What does she need to be made aware of at this time? You have the clear quartz, the rose quartz, or the cowrie shell. Which pile is your pile? Rose quartz. What other message do you have for? Okay, that was straightforward to the point. You have thinker, but then you have breathe and truth be told that came out in the reverse. You have 44, 29, and 14. 44, angels are with you, being at the crossroads, being on that precipice of change, but not, or somehow not having, what's going on? Not having, not making, because it's not having, it hasn't been enough time for meditation and interpreting those messages that you've been downloading. There seems to be some type of self-inflicted pause or not keeping up with what you're supposed to, not doing the same thing you were about like 2-3 months ago, not being on it like you were, not being as dedicated. Kind of, they're saying you kind of gotten a little lazy with your practices, which is harsh, but feels very, very truthful. This is a reminder. This is like, yeah. Okay, hold on. Before we get into the reminder, we're not going to blow through this because here comes Grandma wanting to get to the good part. Hold on. Time out. Hold on. Whenever you're changing something, right, and you're doing something and you're so enthusiastic in the beginning, right, whether that's taking a course, going to the gym, trying a new diet, right, we seem to be really, really good. Well, a lot of us, some of us, not all of us, seem really good in the beginning about being focused and dedicated and doing all of the things and making sure we do all of the things all of the time. But then as time goes on, and for one reason or another, life gets to life and then things come up. So when we used to do, an hour at the gym, now we only have 45 minutes. And then now we don't even want to go because if I go, I'm only going to be there for 30 minutes. And that doesn't make any sense. And that's a normal part of the journey. Spiritual, gym-wise, food-wise, like wherever you could apply it to. But it's important in that moment to sit down and be like, hold on. Why did I want to go to the gym in the first place? Why did I want to start this journey in the first place? And let that why inspire you to get back into the proper groove of things, to get back to where you need to be. It's a very natural and human thing to get fed up, and for whatever reason, or to slow down or to stop. It hasn't been a full stop, but to slow down and not do the things like we used to, because life gets to life and then other things grab our attention and other things take priority. But as someone who is spiritually gifted and on a very sacred journey, it's important to always go back and find your why, find out why you're doing this or not, right? And getting back into the groove of things, especially when you know we're going through some cosmically charged times. You have the King of Pentacles, which is that Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and the Knight of Swords, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. The thing with being sat, right? Or being in this energy of the thinker and getting into our meditation and remembering our why and making sure we are receiving the downloads is because they need you to be grounded, super grounded right now. We joke around and we talk about this and we talk about that, the lighthearted stuff. Right, those are easy to manage, but the information that's coming in now, the things that they're going to need you to interpret and understand, is going to come in quickly. So if you're not grounded, if you're not ready to receive it, it's just going to blow over, or it's going to give you an overwhelming sense of anxiety. Right? It's going to be too much to interpret. It's literally going to knock you off your feet. And then you're back into the energy of why even bother, right? What's the sense of it? Try your best to dig yourself out of this energy now. So when that communication comes in, because you've been having questions, all those questions you've been asking about, well, how I'm going to do this and how I'm going to do that. They want to show you. They've got the plan. They've got the answer. You just got to be ready to receive it. And as always, believe. Believe, 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 believe. And it's perfectly normal, no matter how far you get in your journey. You could be a master wizard and still have your moments of doubt, still have your moments. You could be, what is that from the Marvel Universe? Doctor Who? You could be Doctor Who and still, as we've seen, right? Still have those moments of doubt, still have those moments where your humanness peeks through, and that's okay. Like with everything else, we process it, compartmentalize it, and then work towards moving on from it and growing from the experience. Boogie, that is your message. Doctor Strange. Doctor Who is somebody else, isn't he? He's another science fiction character. You are welcome, Boogie. Doctor Strange. I can't get away with nothing. Of course not. As we said, Capricorns, for whatever reason, are in the front of the line today, right? You guys are in the front of the teacher. There's no hiding nothing. Not even the love notes you're passing back and forth. Or the chewing of the gum, right? I had ringing in my right ear. That's the overwhelming energy, because they say when it comes in through our right ear, that is our angels trying to speak to us about a thought or something that we've said in that very moment, right? And try to redirect us like, no, you got this wrong. But if you're not, look at the King of Pentacles, right? Take a good look. Not a care in the world. He's just like, gimme, right? All the things are just falling at his feet, like he's just surrounded, covered in abundance, right? Not a care in the world. And his eyes are closed, which means that he sees everything intuitively. So next on the list is Momo. Momo to the front of the line. And that's all we have time for today, right? As always, Soul Tribe members get complimentary readings on the live, and you can get a reading on the live by subscribing to the live. I'm still giggling as I cut blessed and happy. I'm still giggling because I got 2 warnings. Like, what? My job is interfering with my participation on the live. I'm about to quit. We understand, boo. We understand. All right. We're going to get a message for the lovely Momo. And then we're going to talk about briefly the eclipse energies. We're going to get more into it tomorrow and as the week goes on, right? But we need a message for Momo, aka such a tiny one. Hold on. All right, Mo. You have the clear quartz, the rose quartz, or the cowrie shell. Which pile is your pile? What other message do you have for you got truth be told too this time in the upright. TikTok, of course, right? What is a day on TikTok without the TikTok card? You see how the fox is on the egg by itself, and the stars, which always talks about wish fulfillment, are coming in, but it's like they're scattered and they're sparse. When we've been getting this message of making sure we pay attention and they're like all trying to talk at once. Hold on. The biggest thing right now, Momo, is to detach, right? As a high priestess, as someone that a lot of folks depend on, and one reason, in one way or not, because you are a voice of reason, you do have a wealth of knowledge to share with the collective. You have an innate healing quality, and healers will always attract folk that need some level of healing, and givers will always attract takers. But because we've been put on notice that as we're going through this cosmically charged, like this is the highest cosmically, energetically time periods of our lifetimes. Unless you lived in the 1800s and want to share your experience about the last time this happened, none of us have experienced what's going to happen once that solar eclipse hits, right? We've talked about how long it's going to be and how different that is and how it's the ending of a chapter that began in August of 2017 and all these different things that are coming out about the different other cosmic happenings that are happening around that time, right? And we know as we are about to cross that finish line, like we can see it in the distance, and it's not in the far distance anymore. It's been that finish line has been brought closer. We know that that's when we're going to get attacked the most. That's when we need our eyes to be opened the most, that we see, because These creatures can pretty much see 360 and they can see in the dark. But we have to be free of any attachments, free of helping others, which sucks to put people on pause because, when people come to us, it's because they need help, right? But with everything that has transpired thus far, it's only going to get worse, right? And now that you know this, you can better protect yourself, right? Look towards every new moon, every full moon with the anticipation of, what do I need to protect myself, right? Because people who do baneful magic, right, can only really pop that off on a new moon or a full moon. A lot of times people will find that when they're having relationship issues out of the blue, it's happening around the new moon or the full moon, right, when they're getting attacked, right? That's one of the requirements. Another requirement is that they have to use an element and use the dark entity attached to that element, right? Because, we have our good angels, we have our not so great angels, right? I got the verification screen again. And now it's circling. We have our good angels and we have our bad angels, right? Angels and demons are really angels and angels, just the good angels and the not so good angels. They need those three things in order to really do successful, baneful magic. You'll notice if you pay attention, whether it's coming through air, your thoughts, right? Water, your emotions. Earth, the things that affect your stability. Wind, earth, or fire, right? All of a sudden candles can't get lit or your incense is burning funny. Once you identify where it's coming from, it becomes even easier. Like you could do the general return to sender and stuff, but it becomes easier when you make yourself aware of the divine timing. You see how all of these came out together? And the emphasis is on you really making sure you take care of you first and foremost, because you have some wishes coming through. You have some wish fulfillment coming through. The things that were being held back, because you see these hands, they burst through something, right? They broke through something to bring you this wish fulfillment, to bring you the blessings that have been delayed. But because you did everything that you were supposed to do, right? You did not turn the other cheek. Good for you, right? For the most part. They're going to do, and by they, your ancestors, your spirit guides, they're going to do what needs to be done on the other side to bring you that wish fulfillment. You just need to, one, protect your neck, be aware, number two, and return to sender. Knight of Cups. With the Devil. Now, this card gets a bad rap. I gotta cover them up because then we'll definitely get booted off this live. Talks about karmic ties. Bringing balance into karmic ties. Bringing peace into karmic ties. The devil is the opposite. Well, not the opposite. The other side of the coin, right? Along with the Lovers. Right? In order to get out of this chaotic energy, some cords of attachment that were never supposed to be formed need to dissipate, need to be broken, and peace needs to come in. But that's only going to happen in divine timing and you making sure you stay on top of you. You stay on top of protecting you first. You being unapologetic about saying no to others in this time. Because we just said, and this applies to everyone, right? We know now because you just learned it. Maybe some of you suspected it, but it's been made plain and clear now that baneful magic, dark magic, evil spells, if you will, are born in the light of the new moon, or the dark of the new moon, or the light of the full moon, right? So you know to do a little bit more around those times. And we know, if you've been coming to the live, that anytime we have a lunar eclipse, that is a supercharged full moon. You start feeling the energies of a lunar eclipse 6 months prior and 6 months after. So if you really want to up, you use that energy, and we know it's coming. This is the true final stand, is the energy of this full moon coming up. This is it, right? It's the most powerful one of the century. So you and other higher echelon spiritual folks, divine feminines and masculines who are listening, should really pay attention, Roberson, right? To make sure you protect yourself more so during this time. Protect your thoughts and really challenge yourself to ensure you're seeing things the way that you're seeing it. Going back to things not working out the way you thought that they were supposed to, them not going by the book and how you thought they were supposed to, and feeling this type of way and putting labels on things. Strip off all the labels. Go through your whiteboard, erase everything, and start putting the labels of the things that you know this relationship is supposed to be, and let time and spirit do the transformation to take you out of this karmic energy into the true energy of the lovers, into that true balanced love affair. There's going to be a high price to pay if you do not ground yourself. I'll tell you more when I text you later. This is why I texted you last night. And I checked the temperature and I was just like, okay, we'll try again another time. And now the time is today. I gotta get comfortable. Okay, cool. That is your message. Jeez Louise. Beware old friends bearing gifts with conditions. Beware of old friends bringing gifts, period. For the collective. People who you haven't seen, all of a sudden, let's link up, let's not. Maybe we can revisit that come mid-April, maybe early May. But thank you, John. Thank you. Anybody that pops up out the blue, err on the side of caution and wait until we get on the other side of this eclipse before you entertain what they have to say or anything they have to give you, or spending time with that person. When I pray lately, it's only in tongues, which means Roy Boy put us on notice. I love how we all work together. This is just such an amazing thing, right? That the lunar eclipse, that supercharged full moon, is happening on the 25th at 2 a.m., right? Check your time zone. Suspiciously close to the witching hour. Yes? Yes. Just saying. Just saying. We help others to prepare to help and to help themselves. That is the biggest goal. some of you in the collective have really fumbled the very blessing you prayed for. Not you, Momo, not you. Others, right? There's somebody else I'm thinking of. Just because you fumbled and you made a mistake doesn't mean you can't atone for that mistake and do better. Spirit's about to start because you're giggling. You already know. You already know. You already know. Every time you give a nugget, my phone rings. I have to watch YouTube. It's astonishing to see what this is becoming and how much interference we get in one form or another. See, you see 11.1. I see 10.7. Like, that's crazy. Hi, Tay Money. How are you? Skirt. What you want? Yes, Boogie. Hold that energy, right? It's okay. Well, and there's a reason. See, there's a reason why I tend not to look at messages before I go live or before I record the messages for my YouTube or here on TikTok. It's so the energies don't cross and I can remain as neutral as possible. But since yesterday, I can feel something, and now I know what that something is. And now that we've had an opportunity to lean into it, I wouldn't be surprised if all elements are being used, which is dangerous to a muggle like them. They'll learn. Say money, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I happen to enjoy yours as well. Forever breezy. Always give yourself grace. Now, we said we were going to talk about the eclipse, right? Now, we know we have hold on. So, it looks like it's in Libra. Hold on. Lunar eclipse. I'm not trying to flash you guys with my notes, so bear with me a minute. Yes, because it's on the Libra Aries axis, right? And we just said in the general reading about balance coming in, and that was mentioned in one of the readings I recorded already that I'm going to post after the live. So we have the pre-penumbral lunar eclipse. It looks like 12:13 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. See, the full moon is at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The eclipse actually takes place at 12:13 a.m. and 3:12, which is weird because it should be 3:13 a.m. So let's start there. Where does Libra fall into your chart? What house does it control? or rule over, right? Is it your first house, your house of self? Is it your second house, your house of finances? Is it your eighth house, the house of D word and rebirth? Taboo and horizontal polka. Gotta keep it TikTok safe, right? Where does it fall? And better yet, is Libra one of your main threes, right? Sun, moon, and or rising. Because if it's your moon sign, oh, baby, you've probably had some challenging times when it comes to love over the past year, especially. It's just been, whether you're with your partner still or you're broken up or you've been trying to call love in and haven't had any luck with it yet, it's been a trying year for you when it comes to love. That coupled with whatever house it falls into that Libra rules, you're going to find that you're going to have radical transformations in anything, right? We speak about love because when we speak about emotions, that's typically the first topic that comes up. But anything that deeply impacts the way you feel on an emotional level is going to drastically change. For those of you who are still in your fertility ages, expect some type of change, right? They're saying positive, but positive may not be what you call positive change. But it's going to be a radical day and night movement. But if you pay attention to what you've been going through emotionally, right? And we're talking about people who have their Libra as their moon sign, right? Because this is just what I know most off the top of my head. You're going to find that over the past 6 months or so, the areas that are about to radically change have always been highlighted. Just be comfortable with the change coming, knowing that this is for your highest and greatest good. Eclipses always bring things in suddenly or take them out suddenly. So whatever comes, let it, right? Except if it's that stranger that person you haven't spoken to in a while. You might want to tell them to pump their brakes until May, right? So whatever comes, let it with caution. And whatever leaves, let it. Just let it go. Say bye-byes. But the homework for you guys, if you so choose, is to look at your natal chart. If you need help finding a place where you can look that information up for free, let me know. I don't want to get another promotion tag, right? Warning. Let me know. It's on the Patreon. Like, people who are on my Patreon already know how to find that information. And then see where Libra falls in your chart. And then tomorrow we'll talk about it for each and every one of you who want to participate in that part of the live. But it's going to be very, very interesting. In Aries folk, you can start preparing for what the solar eclipse is going to bring in for you as well. And if you have Aries and Libra in your chart, especially as your south node and your north node, oh my goodness, or you just have one of them, especially in the south node, radical life changes are afoot. Drastic life changes, right? Sudden life changes that might seem harsh at first, but ultimately leading you to your happily ever after. As I look down, an Aries moon, oh my goodness. Oh, heavens to Betsy Boogie. My north is in Libra, my south is in Aries. Tahi. Well, how do they say? Buckle up, buttercup. My north and south node are square to my sun and moon sign. Your life work is attached to really showing up in your authenticity. Like, you will never be happy in anything until you are doing the work, right? We'll put that in parentheses because that, or air quotes, because that can mean a variety of things. But you won't be happy until you work your purpose, until you're walking in your purpose, And you won't be walking in your purpose until you're doing some type of job or advocation that is deeply soul fulfilling for you to show up as that allows you to show up as your authentic self. That's why it didn't work out. That's why it didn't work out, right? That's another confirmation. Like, no, it has to be something. Like, you can't just pop up at Wendy's, right? I mean, I'll take one at Wendy's just for the free food, but they really want you at this stage in your life, at this stage in your journey, to really start walking in your purpose, but it requires you to earn an income in a way that allows you to comfortably walk in your purpose, if that makes sense. I don't mean to laugh, Gina. I don't mean to laugh. I promise you, I don't mean to laugh. And I'm trying to tuck it in. There are no such things as coincidences. That's all I'm allowed to say on the live. We could chit chat later. My grandma, like, she'll be all right. That is her whole vibe. Like, she's definitely that guy from Paid in Full. Like, you tough, right? Good heart, but just let's get to it. I said I was going to quit my job, and I'm reading that it's transformation, career, status, especially that all second house stuff. All second house stuff. Positive change. I woke up at 3 from my dream from packing U-Haul boxes. You've been getting the same message over and over and over and over again, honeybee. I'm just waiting for the what do you call it? The housewarming registry. That's all I'm waiting for at this point. Libra rising. Our rising sign is how we show up to the world. Libras bring balance. Well, that coincides with what you've been pushed to do over the past 6 months, babes. And it's in Pluto, aka the planet of dun 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 and destruction. That will be the new word for the D word. Dun dun dun. Okay? All right. It's crazy how it's 2:10 a.m. for you, right? The minutes are off. That's man-made. The important thing is that we know that it's happening on the 25th during profoundly spiritual hours of the day of the 25th, right? Across the globe. And 25th is a 7-day, right? And 7 is the number of, you guys already know, right? So this will be interesting. Stay hydrated. Please, 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 please. Stay hydrated, stay rested, stay aware, and stay open to what is happening in front of you. Stay flexible, right? One of the reasons why bamboo trees and plants can survive so long is because they bend with the wind. Bend. All right, before we wrap up the live, any questions, comments, concerns about anything you heard on the live? Anything you'd like to share about what you've been feeling, thinking, while the different messages and TikTok shenanigans were going on during the live? I need a new bamboo plant. I had one a long time ago. As you should. As you should. Now you feel called to meditate? Hmm. Hmm. If I didn't know you, Sunny, by the way you speak and how the way you move, I'd be like, she's probably a triple Scorpio. Because yeah, and it's a good thing. It's a like if when I say Scorpio, it's all the good parts of Scorpio, all the I gotta keep it TikTok safe. And you feel what I'm saying. That's all that matters. Pharaoh, I enjoyed you stood the whole time. Thank you. Feel free to come back anytime. We enjoyed having you. Helping us stay in alignment with all this TikTok shenanigans. I appreciate you a lot. My big three is Taurus, Cancer, Gemini. You'll be fine. You'll be fine through this lunation, right? You don't want to be one of the ones called to the front of the class during one of the craziest, most energetically charged cosmic happenings in our century. Which is not to say you won't be affected, because we all, on some level, are going to be profoundly affected by this lunar cycle coming up. The how has yet to be determined. Oh, Forever Breezy, you're so sweet. This is what I do Monday through Saturday, usually. Sometime between, I don't know, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 2, sometimes 3, sometimes 12. Somewhere in that window, right? All right. Your Jericho rose shrunk, still in water. Oh, let's add that to the talking points for later. All right, my lovelies. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for spending this part of your day with Spirit, the Soul Tribe, and myself. If any thoughts, questions, feelings, anything you want to get off your chest comes up, feel free to DM me or email me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you'd like a personal reading, then information is in my bio. Until we meet again, which should be tomorrow, but who knows, right? As we get closer to this equinox, because I had to learn the hard way yesterday, the energy is already starting to get very volatile and unpredictable. So as we start going through these dates, the 19th, the 25th, and so forth and so on, and we're in that window, things are going to be highly unpredictable. However, I'm still committed, very much so, to being on live as long as I am allowed to. And if I'm not allowed to, you guys know where to find me, right? This is where we take it to our plan B and we go live on our YouTube channel. So if you reach out to me here and I say I'm going live on the other platform, it's on YouTube, right? I think we've only did that once or twice just to try it out, but it is a thing and it is an option, right? For us to have that moment to chit chat and talk. Until we meet again, stay blessed.